So I'm working on this thermostat housing. I've started the car up and it's got coolant leaks. And as I said in my coolant video, where I did all the coolant routing, uh, this cast piece I was worried about, and rightfully so. It was leaking out of here, and I can't get it to stop leaking. Every time I weld it, a new hole appears, and I was scratching my head. So what I've done is just bought Frontline Fabrications thermostat housing piece. I'm going to weld this piece onto there and then cut this piece off of this one. I'll angle this one and we'll weld it all together. Alright, so I have my piece cut here. It's all cleaned. We'll have to weld it to this piece and then clean this piece up and weld it all together. Alright, so here it is. It's all welded up. The welds turned out good. Obviously, welding the billet material was easier than welding the cast material. This weld turned out pretty decent too. So next we'll test it for air leaks and install it. Alright, so here's the thermostat housing all installed. As you can see, it's a little closer to the firewall. I should have probably made it a 1/4 inch shorter, so maybe revision 3 I'll do that, who knows. But I was able to still get it in there. I just had to use Allen head bolts instead of the normal studs that go into the back of the cylinder head. But it's not leaking anymore, so that's a good thing. Next issue I need to address is this bolt here. I must have tightened it down too much and it actually cracked the valve cover, which super sucks because they did a great job powder coating this for me. On the test drive it sprayed oil all over the windshield. So I got a new one. It's all done up already, so we're gonna install that. As you can see, I got stainless bolts, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of anti-seize in there because usually aluminum and stainless don't mix, so just put a little dab of anti-seize on there. So I'm going to do that next. And here you can see there's the crack where I must have over tightened that bolt a bit, where it was getting tightened down crooked. So that's pretty unfortunate. I may try welding it. I do like the script valve covers more than the shaved ones like I got, but I got mine for free from somebody, so maybe in the future we'll get a Mitsubishi one when I got the dollars to do so. But now I'm just going to transfer the gaskets over and reattach this. Alright, so the valve cover's all tightened down. I cleaned up all the tin manges, aka anti-seize. The next thing we'll have to do is next time I start it up, we'll just have to monitor it for oil leaks around the valve cover. A couple pieces of advice. While you're taking your valve cover apart, leave your spark plug boots in there. I dropped the washer down in there and it was just a pain to get out. I had to use a pick to get it back out. So another thing is don't go crazy tightening the valve cover down. These are made out of cast aluminum, so they will crack very, very easy. So just be careful, use common sense, just use hand tools. So with that should take care of the engine bay leaks. I do have one more leak that I know of, and that's actually back at the differential of the car. So a couple years ago, I was jacking it up with the floor jack, and I nicked the back of the differential cover. So I'll have to just take it apart and re-permatex it. We'll have to throw the front of the car back together, but before that, I want to fab up a windshield washer fluid reservoir that'll go right here. When I put the intercooler piping through there, it took up the space where the stock one was, so I'll have to do that. I'd also like to get the horns working, just so I can let people know that we're racing before I take them to Gapplebee's, so that'll be pretty sweet if I get a horn working again. They used to work, but I disconnected them last time I took this car apart. So other things, I got some updates around back. Nothing too crazy, but still updates. I have hobbyist plates, so this car will be good for the remainder of my life. I won't have to pay for registration. The nice thing is the letters and numbers match the rest of the car, so that's a pretty slick benefit. I've got the exhaust all done. I'm sure you guys have heard some clips of it on Instagram and stuff. It's got some blast pipes on there. Unfortunately, my O'Reilly's battery strap broke, so I will have to fab something up for that. That's a little more heavy duty. Inside the car, there's a few updates. The dash is all back together, except for the center console. I'll probably wait a little while to get everything situated before I throw that back together. The CD5 dash is in there. That's working very good. I'm pretty happy with that so far. And I had to take my steering wheel back off because it was crooked. It was really annoying. So I think I did that when I put my new steering coupler back in there. I got one of the heavy duty ones from Brit. So a couple other smaller things is I had to make a new plate for the shifter cover. The base of the cube speed shifter seemed pretty big compared to the stock W58 shifter. So it was like hitting the front on the stock plastic cover. So I had to notch the hole out in an aluminum plate and just kind of make a bigger hole. Then I wrapped it in carbon fiber vinyl just for some good looks. I had to use a Crown Royal bag for the shifter. Not to be ricer, but there was actually a legit reason for it. Actually, two reasons. One, I like Crown Royal. I like drinking it a lot. So the other one is the cube speed shifter. The rod on the shifter is just very large. So when I bought the eBay shifter boot, it just didn't fit around it. So with the string, I'll just be able to make it whatever size I want to. So so we'll see about that. I also wrapped this radio surround in the same vinyl. This is just a Motocam 3 gauge cover. So I'm not using these two holes because I have the CD5 dash, and this one will just be for my wideband. So I'm just gonna wait a little while to throw all that back together. So those are pretty much all the updates I got for this car for right now. Probably do some more test runs and shake things down a little bit more before I take it to the dyno. I probably should have had it to the dyno a while ago, but life kind of just gets in the way sometimes. So with that, I'm going to end the video. I want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing and just for everything. So you guys take care, stay safe out there, and have a great day.